jobs are vanishing with a worrying trend, and this gives us a better glimpse into the overall state of the economy, as it is not doing very great right now. But this report I'm going to share with you here in the video solidifies exactly that. So I want to break down the details for you here in the video, exactly what this means, how this directly impacts the overall economy. It impacts all of us, our money, and everything else out there. And even though it may not directly impact us right here, right now, as we think, wait, jobs are vanishing. Oh, that's okay, I don't really care. But trust me, it's going to impact all of us because it hits the economy, and when it hits the economy, it comes back to all of us, and then again, that impacts our money and everything else like that. It is all highly correlated. So with that being said, let's jump into it. I'll break down all the details and let you know the details of this report. First off, can I ask a huge favor of you? Please make sure to like the video with the big thumbs up button down below. Thank you so much, really, really appreciate that. Also, if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe to the channel as well with the big subscribe button down below. Thank you again, really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching, and let's talk through the details. All right, so this new report was released, and I want to bring it to you because it is showing that jobs are vanishing very rapidly right now. In fact, the number of job openings that are out there now are at the lowest level that we've seen since January of 2021. So what is that? 3.5 years ago was the last time that we saw job openings this low. What were we going through in January of 2021? Well, we were just rolling out of basically being told to stay at home and do nothing for a long time, right? Not a good situation. We were in a very, very different economy during that time. And that's kind of right back to where we're going right now, okay? All right, so this report that was released is called the JOLTS report. It is released every so often, once per month, and it gives us a glimpse into job openings across the entire country, which, by the way, JOLTS stands for Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey. That's what it stands for, okay? But anyway, we get this report, and it shows us how many job openings on a month-over-month basis were there at any given time. Now, this report is actually going back a couple months. So this is the most recent report, and it was from the month of July. Now, obviously, here we are in September, but this is July's JOLTS report. But here's what they found. Analysts were coming in suspecting we were going to have 8.1 million job openings in the month of July. Well, guess what? It came in 500,000 below that at 7.6 million job openings, okay? That still sounds like a lot, but a couple years ago, we were at practically 12 million job openings, okay? So we've gone down a lot of openings during that time. Now, that's what they came into, okay? So they were way off. Analysts were way off by a half a million jobs is what they were off by. Now, what else is interesting about this? They revised the June numbers down, okay? They revised the June numbers down. What they actually found, the report came out, and they always have revisions, right? So they give us the initial report, and then like a month later, whatever it happens to be, with all these economic data points, they come in and give revisions. Oh, sorry, we miscounted, right? They do that. I don't know how they miscount by so much, but they do it every time. Okay, so anyway, the June number was revised down by 250,000. Down to 7.9. Okay, 250,000 was what it was revised down. That's crazy. They overcounted by 244,000. So not really sure how you pull that off, but yeah, right? Can you imagine? That's nuts. But anyway, so what does this mean for the overall economy, and why do we even care about this? Again, maybe we're not in the market to go out and get a job. Maybe we don't really care about jobs, whatever the situation is. That's fine. If you don't care, that's totally fine. Doesn't matter whatsoever. However, here's why we do care. You've heard me say this before in other videos. Jobs, by far, in my honest opinion, possibly the most important economic data points that we need to continue watching because it shows us the overall health of the economy. Because here's the thing. What is the economy with zero jobs? If every single person was not working and had no job, do you think we would have an economy? The answer is no. We would have absolutely nothing. We would not have an economy whatsoever. The economy is made up of goods and services that are provided by people, jobs, people that are working, right? Okay, so that's what basically the overall economy is made up of, is basically just people that are providing services. So you have to have a job. I mean, people that are having jobs, things like that. Is how that all translate in. So when we see lower and lower job openings, what that is showing is that businesses are not having as many openings. They're not hiring as many people, right? So when they're not hiring as many people, it simply means that they're either cutting back payrolls, they're not offering as many positions, they're not making as many sales, they're not bringing as much revenue. Whatever the situation is, there's a million different reasons why. But in other words, businesses are not hiring as much right now. So if they're not hiring as much right now, it simply shows that there's not nearly as much economic activity. During an economic expansion, right, when the economy is growing, the economy is strong, the economy is expanding, what do you see? Rapid job growth, right? A business is growing. Whoa, we're getting tons of revenue coming in, and we need to fill more positions. We need to hire 20 more people. We need a XYZ person. We need all these different people to hire. So we see a lot of rapid growth in the overall economy. We see a lot of hiring as well because that's what's happening. The economy is growing. It's healthy, right? It's healthy. It's growing, expanding. When businesses and companies and the overall economy is expanding, job openings increase because you need to offer more jobs to hire more people to expand further. Does that kind of make sense, right? It's simple, pretty logical here, right? It's not that hard to figure out. So anyway, when we continue to see these job openings declining time and time again, it's showing that businesses are really contracting. They're cutting back, right? So they're not bringing in as many people. Now, when you continue to see this, it's kind of like one of these self-fulfilling prophecies, a little bit, right? Because here's the thing. When the economy starts to contract, businesses stop hiring as much. They're laying people off. They're cutting payrolls. They're not bringing as much revenue. Margins are tight, things like this. And then again, the cycle continues. People lose a job. They go on unemployment. They're not spending as much money because they don't have as much money. So they're spending less money. When you see people with high interest rates and people seeing a contraction coming in, we're spending less money. We're doing less things like this. We're stimulating the economy less. Businesses are having less revenue, less margins, less money, free cash flow to work with, so less payroll. Yet again, you see what I'm saying here? To lay more people off, the cycle just continues and continues. So that's kind of where we're at right now, is that we're seeing this tightening, less and less people out there spending. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, we're still buying the essentials and stuff like that. But when we see these high interest rates, like what we've been seeing over the last several years because of the Federal Reserve, that is also really shying a lot of people away from spending and doing whatever they need to, because why would we possibly want to spend a penny more than we have? Because if we have to borrow that money somewhere, that means we're paying a very high interest rate on it, whether it's a credit card, a personal loan, an auto loan, a mortgage, whatever it happens to be, any type of line of credit, anything that has a variable rate on it or that you're locking in, over the last couple of years here, you're paying a very, very high interest rate on it. So we're just kind of seeing this whole process. And again, I want to point this out. The whole economy, this whole thing takes a very long time to change direction. It takes a very long time to slow down, and it takes a very long time to kind of pivot and then move back up again when we do eventually hit, major recession, economic contraction. So we're kind of in that stage now. We're still slowing the thing down. It's like slowing a train down. You just push a button and the train stops? No, it takes a long time to slow a train down, right? They're moving fast. It's a lot of weight. It's a lot of momentum. It takes a long time to have that train go from 60 miles an hour down to 0. It takes a long time, right? Same situation here. Same thing with the economy. It takes a long time to slow down, but when it does, kind of takes a little time to get back going again, right? Just like a train. So anyway, this report is very important. Now remember, tomorrow morning, bright and early tomorrow morning, we will also get the jobs report for the month of August, the jobs report for August. This will be very, very important as well. And this will also help solidify the decision out of the Federal Reserve here in just a couple of weeks when they come out to determine exactly what they're going to be doing with interest rates. The consensus is they're going to be cutting, but who knows? Will they really? We don't know that yet. But the report that we get tomorrow morning, the jobs report, the non-farm payroll number, this is going to be massively important that we get out, and it's going to give us a much better glimpse into what's going on with the overall economy and hiring, things like this. So the JOLTS report, the one that I'm talking about here, as well as the non-farm payroll tomorrow, big stuff, a lot of stuff on the jobs front here, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this report comes out. I'm anticipating it. Of course, I'll bring it to you right away. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now. So I hope all this makes sense. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Again, thumbs up. Hit the like button down below. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Otherwise, check out the other videos here on the channel. Thousands in the video library. Nearly 5,000 videos there. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Check those out. Well, not all of them. I mean, if you want to check out some, go for it. 5,000. You'd be here for years watching all the videos. Right? It'd take forever. But otherwise, check out those. Otherwise, down below in the description or the top of the comment section, I've hand selected some very popular videos for you there. Check those out. Otherwise, right now showing up on your screen, you'll see some videos as well. Check out those. Again, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Have a good day, and I'll see you again soon.